It's time for the good news.
With Bobby.
Tell me something good.
I very much like what the town in Kansas is doing. Now, this town is called Olathe, Kansas. Morgan, you ever heard of it, being a Kansan?
Yes, it's not Olathe, though. It's Olathe.
Classic her. To tell me how to really pronounce it. Well, Olathe, a big shout out because what they're doing for a limited time, they're allowing residents to donate school supplies instead of paying off traffic and parking fines. So you can donate $15 worth of items like backpacks and markers and notebooks, and you get a $50 credit on your fine. So not fully because town's still got to make money and fill up potholes, but you can take some of the money off your tickets and your fines by donating school supplies, which then helps a bunch of the kids and the families in the town. So I thought that was pretty cool. And shout out to Olathe, right?
Nailed it.
Where is that?
It's near Kansas City.
Classic. Love Kansas City. Love Kansas. That's from KSHB, July, I think the 26th or 27th is like kind of the last day you can do it. But hopefully a lot of small towns do this in the years coming up. That is what it's all about.
That was Tell Me Something Good.
Bobby Bones.
All right, Amy's not here. She's sick. Which, by the way, let me say this about Amy. She was in studio yesterday, and she was like, my throat feels weird. She was doing this thing with her throat. My throat feels weird. And I'm like, hey, if you're sick, you should go home. No, yeah, no. She was like, doing, you have a sore throat. You're like,
Yeah.
You stretch your mouth out. She's like, I was like, hey, why don't you just go home if you don't feel good? It could be something, because you know how when you just start to get sick, you feel it coming on you, and you're like, uh-oh. It's even like a second. Like, oh, boy, I feel. She got that. She's like, no, I feel great, though. Guess what? She's sick as crap.
Yeah, shocking.
Sore throat, as throaty as could be. And the whole day, she's like, I feel okay. My throat feels good. So, I'm going to do morning cornies. I'm going to go over to the table over here with Peanut Gallery.
Yeah, that's me.
We're
Lunchbox,
ready.
Eddie. Morgan's not officially part of the Peanut Gallery, but she does
she
live.
sits with
she's
us.
at the gallery table.
Yeah.
That's correct. I have 5 corny jokes. You can rate me 1 through 5. Here we go. Hit it.
The Morning Corny.
What did the drummer name her twin daughters?
What did the drummer name her twin daughters?
Anna 1, Anna 2. Anna 1,
Yes.
Anna 2.
Anna.
Lunchbox did not.
Anna.
Yeah, Anna. He didn't get it at first. And I didn't like drummer voice.
That was good, man.
Anna 1. Lunchbox, score me.
2.
Oh, come on.
I'm sorry.
Solid music joke.
I know I'm not a music guy. You should have done a firefighter. What do they name 2 kids? Jose and Jose B.
Not any firefighter, like a Mexican firefighter. Not any firefighter.
Not any firefighter.
No, any fire. Could have, yeah. I've always heard it like Hispanic firefighter.
I never heard
That's
of
the real joke.
Yeah, okay. Eddie.
Oh, that's a 5, dude. Hall of Fame.
Thank you, Morgan.
I give it a 4.
Thank you. Next one. What do you call a dog that doesn't bark?
What do you call a dog that doesn't bark?
A hush puppy. Boy, I get nothing on that one. You guys suck at not laughing at that one. Hush puppy. Hush puppy. I can't sell it.
No, man.
Lunchbox?
3.
That gets a better one than a 1 and a 2. Appreciate that, Eddie.
Not your best, man. I'm going to 1 on that.
Morgan?
Yeah, I like dogs, but that was a 1 for me.
All right.
Wow.
I give you guys a 1. All right, next up. I have 2 more. How did the barber win the race?
How did the barber win the race?
He knew a shortcut.
Okay.
Yeah, that one sucked. I like to go ahead and forfeit that one. If possible, I'd like to. I'd like to
no forfeit.
I'd like to raise the flag.
You said it.
Go ahead. Lunchbox?
1.
Yeah.
And 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1.
I give it a 0. I quit.
No, boy.
Last one. I've been saving this one for last.
Okay.
What do you call a sheep who can sing and dance and do pop music?
What do you call a sheep that could sing, dance, and do pop music?
Lady Baba. Baba. Lady Baba.
Got a little chuckle on that.
Thank you. Go ahead. Lunchbox?
2.
What the heck?
He's not a music guy.
I wasn't
Morgan?
I give that one a 3.
What?
Golly, Eddie?
I chuckled. Give you a 4.
4, 3, and 2. Is that the best one? 9? Who cares? That's Morning Corny.
Oh, wow.
Thank you, everybody.
That was the Morning Corny. You send an email and we read it on the air. It's something we call Bobby's mailbag. Yeah.
Hello, Bobby Bones. I had an interesting experience with the girl I'm seeing. I'm wondering if I should look deeper into it. Recently, she went with me to a barbecue being held by my family. I took her. We had a blast. Took a lot of pictures, some of which I posted on my social media. She saw this and started blowing up my texts, demanding I take the pictures down because she, quote, doesn't know who will see them. I told her that logic would dictate that my friends would see them, which I thought was funny. She was adamant about it. Now I'm wondering, who does she not want to see the pictures of her hanging out with me and my family? Am I being hidden? Am I the other dude? Could she be married or something? Signed, the other dude? Well, so it's tough. If you didn't tag her, then it's weird for her to say take them down. If you tag her and it's an early part of dating, I can totally see someone being like, hey, I'm going to untag myself. It does seem a little suspicious that she's so adamant about it. And also, if you're at a public place with somebody where they're taking pictures, where do you think the pictures are going to go? They're going to exist somewhere. I don't know if you're the other dude, because it doesn't sound like that you're the main dude yet. I think you can't be the other dude unless you're the main dude. So unless you guys are like, you've had DTR, where you've completely defined the relationship, you can't be the other dude. But it sounds to me like there are other dudes. So I think this is a you issue a bit, to where you have to figure out where you are with her before you start getting mad at her as to where she is with you. Because, for example, I were dating 3 or 4 girls, which I'm married, by the way, just for new listeners.
Right.
And there's nothing wrong with that, as long as you're not lying about it. And someone wanted to post pictures of me, maybe I'd be weird about it. So I'm going to say, I think my answer to you is you need to figure out where you are in this relationship with her. And if she's like, no, I'm dating other people, or I don't feel like, then you're not the other dude, because you're one of the many dudes. Morgan, I'll come to you. You've been in dating situations a little more recently than I have. Go ahead.
Yeah, I do think there's something here. And you're right on the fact of the timing of the relationship. If he's posting it like super early and you guys aren't officially exclusive, that's weird.
That's weird.
But if you are, and it kind of seems like you are because she's meeting your family.
But also, he took her.
Yeah.
Like, in your days of even being in college, you ever take a guy back earlier than you should have to meet your family? Like, first, second date, you happen to be around your parents. No? Okay.
No,
anyway.
not at a specific family event like this.
Okay.
They've met at a bar or something, but not at a family picnic. So that's what makes me think it's a little bit more further along. But again, you could be right. Could be him seeing it this way. Depending on where the relationship is, I do think she's either embarrassed to be with him or there's something else going on in her life.
There's something up.
Yeah. There is a red flag here. I just don't know what.
And I agree. It doesn't have to be shady. If you haven't defined it, it's not shady. You probably should have said something to her, though, about posting pictures. If it's the first time you've ever posted pictures you guys together.
Yeah, but also if you're excited about somebody and they want to post you, you'd be like, oh, yeah, this is great. So that also gives me a weird flag about her. Like, is she not excited about him?
You're not the number one dude. Okay, we're going to say that. You might end up being the number one dude. You could be 1A, but I don't think you're the number one dude right now. Sorry about that, but let us know how it turns out. All right, that's the mailbag. Close it up.
We got your email and we read it on the air. Now it's time to close Bobby's mailbag. Yeah.
They put a bunch of high school kids in the hospital, and it's something that a bunch of high school kids are doing. And if just a little bit off, this could happen to your kid. We'll talk about it next, and we probably did stupid stuff like this too. Bobby Bones Show. Be right back.
Hey, the Bobby Bones Show.
Thanks for waking up with the Bobby Bones Show on Case 100.7.
The Bobby Bones Show.
14 high school students were hospitalized because they ate those ghost pepper chips.
Oh.
They were sharing a bag of potato chips. I did not know there was a whole bag, because it's not the kind at the gas station that you do the one chip challenge, but it's a whole bag of boot Jolikia peppers.
Oh, wow.
Don't know what that is. I don't even like peppers. 13 girls and 1 boy.
Wait.
Exactly. Usually it's like 14 boys.
Yeah.
We're idiots.
Apparently, among the 33 students at the high school who had shared a bag of super spicy potato chips, I guess it just hurt the girls more. I'm surprised that many girls would even do it.
I've never heard of this type of chip.
It was once listed in the Guinness Book of World Records as the world's hottest pepper. However you say that, the boot Jolokia. The students ended up in the emergency room, treated for their symptoms, released later that day. They reported some of the students collapsed in the school nurses station. I'm not saying I would have been too good for this in high school.
Okay, Bones, so it is a ghost pepper. So it's...
But what's that even mean, a ghost pepper? Why do they call it a ghost pepper?
I don't know, but that's the hot one. That's
Yeah. That's what I
apart.
know it for, but I wonder why they call it a ghost.
I don't know, man.
Like you don't see it coming, and then all of a sudden, you're in the freaking hospital. Gets its name from a sesame word boot, ghost and pepper. I don't know. But Do they still have those one chip challenge in the gas station? Because I saw one of the kids who had
Hockey
died. Their
chips or
mom's
what?
suing.
What is she suing for?
Sadness, I'm sure.
It does say it's
And that
the
it was
hottest
so
chip.
readily available. Yeah.
They say this pepper bones is 170 times hotter than Tabasco sauce.
How many times?
170.
So put yourself on the scale of at number 10 is a ghost pepper. At number 1 is a nice drink of cold milk. What do you prefer your hotness generally whenever you order something that's Mexican food or Chinese food? Because I'm straight milk.
No hot.
I'm one. I want milk. The only if I need to do like some sort of my wings, I'm doing like the teriyaki.
Yeah.
I'm not even doing hot at all. Lunchbox?
4 or 5. I like it right in the middle. But I don't know if I've gotten softer as I've gotten older because my wife, we eat, and she eats the hotter stuff. And I'm like, am I getting weaker or are you just getting stronger? 4 or 5, and that's it. My head starts sweating. That's all I can handle.
Eddie?
I used to be a 1, which is weird because I'm Hispanic. Yeah. But I would dip the chip. I wouldn't even scoop salsa. I would just dip it a little bit and then eat it. But now I think I'm older and my tongue just doesn't like taste as well.
Dead tongue?
Dead tongue? So give me a 7.
Wow.
Whoa.
I love the hot stuff now.
Morgan, what about you being from Kansas? That's as white bread as it gets.
Yeah, I would say I'm close to you on the milk. Like right where you are.
I want no spice. Like Cheetos are sometimes a little spicy. Not even talking about the flaming.
Like the regular
Normal.
cheese?
I'm just like, well, Chester's gotten a little hotter. Everybody be careful with these chips. Because if it reacts wrong with your body, then you're going to go to the hospital and think you ever had acid reflux and it feels like a heart attack?
No, but I've heard about that.
Only one time has that ever happened. I ate something weird, and I was like, ugh, and it stabbed me in the chest. I thought I was having a heart attack.
Is that what people take Tums for?
Yes.
Ah.
But these chips are doing that to people too, where they feel like they're having a heart attack, and it's acid reflux. This whole story comes, and it's about kids and iPads and screens. So I'm going to tell you, it's from a research journal called Frontiers in Child and Adolescent Psychiatry. So all those words sound big. So a lot of parents will give their kids an iPad or their phone in order to be like, hey, just chill out for a little bit. Does that happen with you guys?
Yes.
No.
You don't do that at all?
They don't have iPads and they don't get to the phone.
This guy's full pilgrim. You gotta love it.
That's crazy.
So if kids are acting up, many parents hand over smartphones or tablets. Now they're saying, and they're calling it digital pacifier danger. Parents who frequently use digital devices to calm their kids saw negative effects on their kids. Children whose parents often relied on digital pacifiers showed more difficulty managing anger and had lower levels of emotional control. The kids. It's best to give them a physical toy, a comfort blanket, or a hug.
Okay.
Eddie, I know you use tablets. I feel like it'd be one big tablet in my house. I turn the walls into a tablet.
Yeah.
When we have kids eventually, we're going to have a wall that's a tablet. They just go up to it and entertain themselves.
It's the easiest thing in the world because when they're acting up, they're usually just bored. We're in the car, like, they're messing with each other. Just get on your tablets and it's peace. Instant peace.
How do you feel about this saying, one, difficulty managing anger? You see it?
Yes. I don't really understand what that means, but I guess. But if I give them a toy bones or a blanket or a hug, they're just going to be like, where's my tablet?
Hey, idiot, give me the tablet.
What are you doing?
Lunchbox, no tablets.
No, I never bought them. They've never had them. Like even when we road trip to Texas, 12 hours in the car,
What do they do?
color book.
The whole
Coloring-
time?
The 80s tablet, someone call it.
Coloring book. We give them books. We tell them to take a nap.
You tell them.
Oh, that's interesting.
Hey, so that sounds actually very, very, very healthy. Why have you never given them a tablet? Is it because you have these great parenting dreams or because you just don't want to buy a tablet?
I didn't want to buy a tablet.
Because I think people would have been like, wow, that's a very mature parenting style, difficult.
Yeah, and then I have 3 kids, so you got to buy 3 tablets. Sorry.
Correct.
Money gone, sorry.
Yeah, they're
no
not getting no 3 tablets. That's ridiculous.
Until they can buy it themselves or what?
Yeah, I rode in a car as a kid. I didn't have a tablet, so I didn't have a TV. They don't need one.
You don't really buy new tablets, so you buy like the oldest one and then you hand them down. So when, like my youngest has the one that's all charred up, like with broken glass. So that's how it works out.
So what if I gave your kids 3 tablets? Would you be against it?
Yeah, because I don't want them to become reliable. Now that we are at a stage where they're old enough that they don't know what they are,
Yeah.
don't need to go down that road.
All right, I felt that. Coming up, this guy did not want his girl to have his password to his phone, so, he did something really, really, really dumb. We'll talk about that in a second. Had a rough night last night. We'll talk about that, and we will take your calls. 877-77-Bobby. That's our number. Back in a second.
This is the Bobby Bone Show. Bobby Bone.
Come on, Bobby.
Thanks for spending your morning with the Bobby Bone Show. Case 100.7.
I think this guy's up to no good. They wanted his phone password like his girl did, and instead he just jumped in the ocean instead of giving it to her. Like there's something on his phone that he doesn't want her to have or see, obviously. So, I mean, if your partner would rather dive in the ocean than share their password, there's probably something there. One guy was on a boat trip with his girlfriend in Florida. 2 officers from the Florida Fish and Wildlife Commission approached their boat. He started to feel trapped and then just jumped in the water. So they were like, hey, we need your ID. He didn't have the ID, or he said he didn't. The situation escalated a bit. So he had his phone. He jumps in the water. The phone is still in the boat. And she's like, hey, let me get your code to your phone. There could be a picture of your ID. And he's like, I'm not giving it to you.
And he's just treading water.
He's just in the water. Wanted nothing to do with it. Wouldn't get back in the boat. He splashed around for several minutes, ignoring the officers. The situation ended when the officers got out of their boat, handcuffed him, and walked him to shore. Was he in waist deep water?
I guess they weren't that far out.
He jumped where he could touch. Yeah, that dude is probably up to no good if I were guessing. I had a rough night last night. I slept like 4 hours. My sleep number bed tells me how much I sleep, and my sleep number was not good last night. It was like, usually, I've been doing a little better. It's like in the 40s last night, which is very bad. I slept like 3.5 hours. My eBay got a negative review. Lunchbox, you know how important that review is. It's the first one. I've had 100%.
What
I've had
happened?
Hundreds of sales. I have no idea.
What'd they say?
I don't know.
Or did they just do stars?
It did the stars where I'm now 99.7. I've had a perfect eBay. Everything I've been doing on eBay, I make sure they get out in time. They're in good shape. I think somebody was trying to scam me. And so they bought like a card. They paid for it, and they requested a refund immediately. And I'm like, I'm not falling for this. Why would you pay for it? Because you can ask, hey, sorry, the bid was, can you retract my bid? No problem. Do that all the time. They bid and bought, then they paid for it, and immediately they were like, oh, I need a refund on that.
Oh, that's a scam.
That's a scam. And that's the person who gave me a low review, who gave me a less star.
I would contact eBay.
Oh, you can do that?
Yeah. Be like, I want to dispute this.
Can you give a bad reviewer a bad review for reviewing badly?
I think so. I think you can send a thing. I want to dispute this bad review saying, hey, they bid, they paid, and then they wanted a refund. I felt like it was a scam. I still sent them their item, and they gave me a negative review. So I didn't want to get scammed.
I had a 100% perfect record. I saw a guy had a dream about playing the lottery, and he hit $1 million.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
Do you dream of the lottery?
No.
Never?
Never.
As much as you obsess about it and talk about it?
I dream about Vegas and the roulette wheel.
What's the dream? Is it one that happens, the same one happen a lot?
No, it's just I'm at the roulette wheel and I'm hot and I'm supposed to be at work in like an hour. And
okay, but that's a recurring dream.
Yeah.
Same dream-ish?
Yeah, or like I'm in Vegas, I stay late and then I miss my plane because I was so hot and I'm supposed to be at the, whatever. And it's so weird, but I dream about Vegas probably at least once a week.
Oh, that's a lot.
Yeah.
This guy in Massachusetts said a dream about buying a specific scratch-off lottery ticket led him to winning $1 million. Kendall Jr. told Massachusetts state lottery officials he had a dream about buying a $10, $4 million diamonds scratch-off ticket. So it costs $10 to buy, and it's called the $4 million diamonds because that's how much money they have that you can win.
Oh.
So he woke up. He must have seen it in the store.
Had to have. You don't just, that lottery ticket doesn't come to you in a dream.
It doesn't come to you psychically if you've never seen it. Still, he did dream it, and he went and hit it, and then he hit it for $1 million. Dang. Yeah, I don't have any dreams like that. I have a dream that I didn't finish like my final in French class.
Oh, I do that a lot.
And then I'm not going to graduate.
I do that a lot.
That's my recurring dream. That and I jump float a lot.
Do what?
It's not flying, but I jump float place to place. So I can be like, wee, and jump, and then like go jump 500 feet and just like jump float, not fly.
That is weird.
I can't stay up.
But the not graduating one, oh, that happens all the time. I mean, I didn't.
No, that's your real life.
No, I know.
But that happened to you in real life.
I know, but I mean, I even do it like high school. Like it's like you forgot to take your economics final and you're not graduating high school, and it's like you're freaking out and such a weird dream.
Why do you think you have that?
I don't know, because I asked my wife, I'm like, do you ever dream like that? She goes, no, never. I never dream about not graduating.
Yeah, I do that with college. I don't do it with high school. Let's talk to Michael in Texas, who's on the phone. Hey, Michael, we appreciate you. What's going on, buddy?
What's going on? Hey, studio.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, I was going to see about possibly y'all are doing a bit on the one chip challenge. I mean, I know y'all were talking about it hospitalized, something or whatever. But me and my brother-in-law actually did the one chip challenge, and we both have about the tolerance of Eddie, about a 7 or 8. And I think that would be a great challenge for Eddie. The worst part for us was the taste of the chip.
We've done it.
Yes, I've had a piece of that chip.
Yeah, we've done it, and we've done the one shot. Amy did the one shot challenge. I thought she was going to die. I was scared. When Amy took the shot and started screaming, I don't remember what she was screaming, but it sounded like she was dying. Like the devil was coming out of her body.
She was saying, help me.
That's
Help
what
me,
it was.
help
The
me.
scariest thing you could possibly yell. She's going, help me. Because we spun the wheel.
Yeah, and we all just
She
looked at her.
landed on it. We did not know how to help her.
I didn't have anything. She was closest to me, but I was like,
Help me.
what do you want me to do? Hold you up? Like,
Yeah, so we've done a lot of those, but
I'm out on the chip.
yeah, we've also realized it's not worth it.
That chip is not fun.
Yeah, it's not worth it. But good for you guys. I would never do it. Like I said, if I have even hot food that's not even spicy, just hot, I'm like, it's not spicy. I don't like spicy at all.
Yeah, like a hot tamale. Ooh.
That's not hot.
Hot tamales pretty to me.
That's like
got-
cinnamon hot.
Oh, you mean the candy?
Yeah,
That's still
yeah,
pretty
yeah.
hot to me, though. That's still pretty hot to me.
It's time for the good news.
With Lunchbox.
Kyle Anderson decided to sign up for the Marines, wanted to serve our country. Well, he went to war in Iraq and he suffered a head wound, his injuries. So he's kind of disabled, and his friends wanted to do something to lift his spirits, surprise him. So they took his garage and they, turned it into the ultimate man cave with a full bar, flat screen TV, and a Marine-themed pool table right there in his garage.
Nice. Dang, that'd be cool. Except, and for him, I'm sure that's awesome. But if you guys surprised me and did that, my wife would kill me.
But you can blame it on us because we did it.
No, I know. And I love that for him because I'm sure they'd check with his wife too. But if you guys ever did that and you're like, we're going to turn it into Arkansas Razorback. And my wife got home, she's like, what is this? Take it all down.
All right, Lunchbox, we're not doing that
Yeah,
anymore.
so mark that off your list.
Dang it. That's what we're going to do for Christmas.
Thank you. I appreciate that, though. That's an awesome story. Good friends. And, that dude, too. Big shout out to him. What's his name again?
Kyle Anderson and his buddies are Nate Bajan and his brother Chris Bajan. They're friends from high school.
Kyle Anderson, shout out to you, my friend. That is what it's all about.
That was Tell Me Something Good.
Bobby Bones.
Let's do the news.
Bobby's Big
Stories.
Disney parks are ghost towns right now because it's so hot.
Oh, yeah.
I was talking to a friend, and he was flying from Las Vegas, and he said that their flight was delayed 3 hours because of heat. Like, it got so hot. Yeah, that's what I said. It got so hot on the tarmac. You know who my friend was? Des Bryant, played for the Cowboys.
He's your friend now?
He probably doesn't know that, but we were talking about it at the game, and he was late getting to Dallas because his plane was stuck in the airport because how hot the tarmac was.
Like it melts the tires?
I don't know. I don't think it melts the tires, but I don't know, dude. I think there's it's too hot. We don't go.
That's crazy.
Same thing at Disney. Usually massive crowds, long wait times. They said this summer, though, it is way down because of the extremely hot weather. That's from bestlifeonline.com. There was an age when I would go out, heat did not bother me. I would go out. What do you mean do? Work out? Play golf? Stare at the sun? No problem. Now, man, it's getting old. I don't know what it
We're
is.
too
It's
old, man.
I don't like it. A teenage prankster was shot and seriously injured after he and his friends were doing the ring the doorbell runoff game, ding dong ditch.
Yes.
At the home of an armed Maine man. So Vincent Martin, 30 years old, opened fire on the group of teenagers after they targeted his house at 1 a.m. Oh, that 1 a.m. time sucks.
That's not
That
good.
scares people. On Saturday morning, you still can't shoot unless you feel the threat.
Right. He opened the door and they were trying to run away and he shot at them.
The group knocked on the door, but before they could rush away, boy, was he that vigilant? He's like, I bet you somebody's going to come up to the door. Like, was he ready to?
I don't know. I think before they could get away, like they were already off.
Oh, they weren't like right out the door.
Right.
Still, though, you got to be pretty close to the door. But the group knocked on the door. He opened his door and just started shooting. So he also had a gun very close.
Which is just crazy.
He was taken to the Cumberland County Jail where he was charged with 2 felonies, elevated aggravated assault and aggravated reckless conduct. The main homeowner, the same person, was also charged with 2 misdemeanors as far as discharging a firearm. Nobody died, right?
Right. Just the guy's hurt seriously.
What does that mean seriously? Like still in the hospital?
I think still in the hospital.
But not critical.
Right.
We played this game a little bit, but we never played at 1 a.m. We did it at like 4 p.m.
Right. And
4
with friends.
Yeah. It was like we would go do it and we'd run off and hide behind the house, but it was always daylight. I wasn't good at trouble stuff.
We did it all the time. And there was one guy, Ray, he lived on the corner, and we used to cut through his yard, and he chased us one time. And my dad was like, well, what is your problem, man? And he goes, where I come from, if they would have done that in my old neighborhood, they would have been shot. And my dad goes, well, this ain't your old neighborhood.
Told him. That's true, though. It wasn't his old
He's
neighborhood.
like, so you need to stop. They're just kids. Like, relax. But we did it all the time.
It would be annoying if people were doing it all the time, though. I still don't.
Yes.
Still, if you open the door and people are running away, you don't shoot at them. You don't shoot at this guy's wrong. But I would be annoyed. I'd have to set like some booby traps or something.
Yeah, well, Ray, then he didn't, that's where the bus stop was, and he didn't like us being in his yard. And so he sat across the street in his van and filmed the bus stop so he could show the city, like, hey, get him out of my yard. So one kid that didn't ride the bus very often showed up at the bus stop, like, hey, man, bet you won't throw those pink flamingos on his roof, like little plastic ones.
So you tricked a kid who never did it to do it so he would think that kid was the one who was doing it.
Yeah, so then the kid was like, I'll do it. Threw that flamingo on the roof. We go, you're on totally hidden video. And, put it on and that guy got out of the van, and Ray ripped him a new one.
Oh, boy.
Classic Ray, huh?
Oh, he was a jerk.
Kobe Bryant's Lakers locker goes up for auction for an estimated $1.5 million after almost being thrown out. The locker used by Kobe during the majority of his Lakers career has gone on the auction block. They expect it to be $1.5 million or so. Kobe Bryant passed away in 2020. And apparently they were just cleaning and getting rid of all the lockers, like doing construction, going to toss it out. And they were like, hold that one.
Oh,
now
man.
they're going to sell it.
That's so cool.
That would go good in
Where?
your room.
I don't want a locker.
What do you mean?
It's too big.
With
you
a
kidding?
with a name on it, Bones?
Yeah.
It's cool. Listen, it's worth $1 million. I'd love to have it, but that doesn't excite me to have.
Are you serious? Like every night before you go to bed, you hang your clothes up that you're going to wear the next day, and then you get up in the morning, you get dressed at the locker like Kobe? Like it's game day. And
That just doesn't excite me. There are things that excite me. That doesn't excite me that much.
oh my God, that's probably the coolest thing.
Yeah, it sounds cool.
But a word from a president excites you?
That's pretty good. That's George Washington. I got a Lincoln, too. $2 billion Powerball winner shows off their Instagram model girlfriend.
She is hot.
You see her?
Oh, yeah.
This is from TMZ. They say money can't buy happiness, but it looks like it can get you an Instagram model girlfriend. Edwin Castro won $2 billion playing the Powerball, and now he's showing off more than his bank account. He was seen cruising around a Giorgio Armani event in Malibu with his new squeeze model Peyton Vincent to go along with his $47 million mansion and his fleet of expensive cars. I'm telling you, this is hilarious to look at them.
What does he look like? Like, is he a good-looking dude?
No.
That's right there, dude.
But the money.
I think he'll end up being a good-looking dude because now he's going to have resources and not have to work. He can go do whatever he wants to do. He can go work out. People forget. Sometimes people just aren't in good shape because they got to work all day.
Right.
I mean, that's really a big part of it. And you get all body shamed. And it's like, dude, I got a job. So maybe he had a job before. He now has the money to be free and do whatever. But no, I would say they don't match. You would see them and go, they don't match. Something's up there. Good for him. $2 billion is almost too much. Because again, you win $2 billion, you get $1 billion of it basically. A little less. That's too much to like squander away, right? Isn't that too much?
I mean,
That's too much to
I could
squander.
probably do it.
No,
though.
you couldn't.
That's if the rest sits in the bank and you just draw interest on it.
Yeah. But
Because it's not all sitting at your house.
Right.
And then also if you buy a property, as long as you don't sell it and get capital gains, which I've just learned about that crap, and you hold on to it for a few years, you're fine. Everything's going to make money.
God, it's amazing.
Could you possibly piss away $1 billion before you die?
I don't see how you could.
Man,
Unless you...
imagine winning that.
Like parties, Bones. Parties,
No, I hear you.
planes, all that stuff.
Eddie, how many parties would you have to throw
You don't have that many friends. It'd just
to
be
get
us
rid of
over and
$1
over.
billion?
Just be us.
That's a good point.
Eddie, we've been over 3 times this week, man.
I can't drink anymore.
No more. Southwest Airlines says soda cans are exploding on flights across the country. And at least 20 flight attendants have been injured by erupting cans since the start of the summer. That I had no idea of. That's crazy.
Why
Southwest
they erupt?
Airlines says soda cans are exploding on flights across the country because the record-breaking temperatures, what we just
heat.
talked about. And they're calling them fizzy fiascos. Officials
it.
for the airline told the Washington Post at least 20 flight attendants have been injured by the erupting beverages. We're aware of the issue. Southwest does not serve perishable meals on flights, meaning they don't use refrigerated trucks. So they are warm beverage carts, and they pour it on ice.
That's true.
Soda cans stored at various airports get hot, and then it goes on a plane, and they go up, and they're already warm, and they've already suffer, and then boom, they explode at 30,000 feet.
That's got to be scary.
That's crazy. That's from the New York Post. I would think something bad was happening.
Like
if all of a sudden, boom, on the plane, I can't hold that in. It's coming out. It's coming out of my mouth. It's coming out of everywhere. And then I'll do this because Ashley Monroe, I'm a big fan, known her for a long time. Great singer, great songwriter. She's one of the Pistol Annies with Miranda Lambert. We talked on the Bobbycast, and she opened up about her battle with cancer.
I'm feeling good.
Are you healthy?
Yeah, 2024. My last chemo was December 2021. Ever since, I get checked every 3 months. I think now it's going to switch to 6 months. Yeah, it's like I don't think about it. You know how when things happen, you put them in like the too hard pile of your soul? Well, that one's over there. Every time, like the day of my labs and stuff, it's like I put the mask on going to the hospital, and like, oh, it's like your body thinks it's going to happen again.
She's awesome. Go listen to the Bobbycast with Ashley Monroe. Hope you get a little bit of time. Go search for the Bobbycast. It'd be super cool if you did.